Hey guys, I'm here. I'm just getting myself set up right now. I'm just getting ready. We're going to make some chicken parmo. That's me oven ready for the heat. We're going to make some chicken parmo. We'll make some jalapeno peppers. Jalapeno poppers, rather. So just bear with me there. I'm just getting some things sorted out. So I need to figure out a couple of bits and pieces here. Need to get my tablet on the go so I can see who it is I'm talking to. But I am here, guys. Bear with me. It's been a while. Let's get my tablet up here so I can see all you wonderful people. Come on, where am I at? Sometimes I have that difficult thing of being able to see my own live. It's a little bit crazy, but hey, if anybody's out there watching right now, hello guys. Let's see how we do here. They say it's been a while since I've done anything. So first things first, I'm just going to get a little bit of salad ready, I think. Just so I'm not messing around too much with my cutting boards and things like that. So I have, basically I've got some lettuce which I shredded. I've just torn up and quickly torn some carrot, some purple cabbage in there. I will throw in a little bit of cucumber. Do we need some light on around here, I think? This makes things look a little bit pretty, festive. But it's been a while since I've been in the kitchen, guys. I do apologise. But I am trying. I had a few complications with my surgery. So it is what it is, and I'm trying to deal with that right now. So for those who know, I had surgery on my knee. As a full knee replacement. I then developed, later on my knee just wouldn't bend whatsoever, and I developed some sort of infection in there. So they took me in for a second surgery whereby they just basically put me asleep, they suck out any juice that's in there, they send that away for testing to see what it is, and then they just do a lot of bendy to make my leg work again. Now theoretically speaking, my leg is working much better now. So yay, that's a bonus. So anyway, I've got a few cherry tomatoes. So like I said, I just want to get this ready. I'm trying to make this almost as authentic as I can to what we have in northeast England. Now this is a dish that was invented in Middlesbrough, in the northeast of England. Now don't think chicken parmesan. We don't have any marinara sauce in there. It is purely a cheese sauce, as it were. Now it always gets served with a nice wedge of lemon as well for some reason. Don't ask me why. It just tastes nice, and it makes sure there is no. We'll put some lemon in there just so I've got it ready. Because I'm going to be working with raw chicken, I want to keep this area clean and do what I need to do in the meantime. So, on that line, I have my jalapeno peppers here, because I'm going to do the parmo chicken, and I'm going to do some stuffed jalapeno. Right, let's see who we've got. We must have somebody turning up here. Ah, we do have a few. You know what, guys? Give me a moment. I'm going to change my glasses because these ones are not the best. Give them a bit of a clean. The glasses I'm wearing are okay for every day, but they're terrible for seeing writing, even though they're supposed to be very focal. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Right, let's have a see who's in there. So, who we got there? Hey, Raghav. Thank you, Tracy Pauline. Thank you for joining me. Cherry tomatoes, yes, that's what I'm using there. And so the ingredients are basically, I've got some iceberg lettuce, tomato, cucumber, wedge of lemon, some grated carrot, a little bit of grated carrot, some purple cabbage, and a little bit of dang, what's the other type of lettuce? I can't remember what they call it now. But if you want, there is for my jalapeno. If you want to take a screenshot of that one, but I will, for members of my channel, basically they can download all of these anyway. So I'll make like a nice little recipe card. And for my Chicken Parmo Hotshot is that one, if you can see this. So that's a full recipe and a how-to. So I've tried to make these up so it's easy for you guys to get stuff done. So that basically is my salad ready to go. I'll tilt this up a bit so I can see a little bit better. Hey Robert, I didn't notice you there right at the very top. A pile's activated, not quite. But basically I'm going to stuff these with cheese. So it's kind of just a case of clean up now. I'll get a small spoon actually. Now there's two ways to do these. Sometimes I just cut them straight in half. I clean out. You know what? I'm going to put some gloves on. I don't want to make the mistakes as I have made before where you touch your eye afterwards or you touch somewhere else that's sensitive. Not good. I think my hands are getting too big again. Oh, I need some bigger gloves. Yeah, this is a palm. I'm going to be doing the chicken parmesan hot shot. Now on the chicken parmesan, I'm going to be using these. So I have basically, these are pickled sliced jalapenos, so they're not as hot. But we'll just work through as we go. So as I say, watch your eyes. Just use a spoon. We're just going to basically go in there and take out the centre. Now I've tried different methods of doing this, and the spoon usually helps. It is a little bit time consuming, but we do what we need to do to make it work. And we'll just put these to one side. So now normally if I was doing a regular video, I would be turning that video off now, turn the camera off, pause it, do everything I need to do, and then we come back. But that is not a luxury I have at the moment because I'm going live. And like I say, I've been off my live for a bit, so I'm a little bit kind of nervous again. I haven't done it for a while. And I'm not entirely sure how long I can do it for. As I say, my leg, or rather my knee, is still very painful. So your support means the world to me, guys. Love you all. I'm trying to come up with different ideas on what I can do. Maybe I should have got most of these ready before I started. Oh, they're getting on me already. or has anybody else has actually made these before? Drop me a line. If you're new to my channel, leave me a message, let me know, and I can actually get back to you and say hello. And as I say, I am trying to do like a monthly membership, and then people can actually, I'll do my printouts. And so then you've got the recipe card and the how-tos. So this takes a bit of time, but bear with me. So if anybody's got any questions, please fire away. So, out of curiosity, where is everybody from? I like to know where people are coming from. Sometimes I can tell by name. Obviously, I have quite a lot of people watch from India, Pakistan, but I have a lot of American people. I had quite a few Europeans. They come on, so sometimes you can tell where people come from by the name, but it's not always easy. We are very multicultural now. It doesn't matter where you come from. I mean, I like spicy food. Not everybody does. So if you want, there's nothing to stop you. You can do the exact same recipe, but use a milder chili. So there's an idea for you. If you're not a big fan of extreme heat. But this is the most time consuming part of all of this. I appear to be getting a lot of adverts, so distracts. I can't see if anybody's leaving any questions. Well, seems to have stopped a little bit. So sometimes if I come out and I'll go back in, then I can see if there's any updates. No, it's just the same. So, but like I say, I like to know where people come from. I like to know what your food is that you like to do. And you do get a few people that have their own channels who do a lot of cooking themselves, or they're doing woodwork, or I do a gentleman that used to come on. I haven't seen him for a while. A guy called Robert. Or was it George? No, yes, George. And he makes t-shirts. He made a few for me earlier. And maybe I should get in touch with him and see if he's got any more good t-shirts. So I'm not being too careful. I'm leaving some of the seeds in. Now it's important to take the seeds out, as that's where all the heat is. So if you want these to be a little bit cooler, that's how we're going to do it. I mean, you can take a little bit more time over this. I'm being a little bit heavy-handed. And it is quite difficult. You can break your peppers easy. So just take it easy, guys. That's the last one done there. Right, let's put these over here for now and get rid of this board. Have a bit of a clean up. And this is why, as I say, I like to do things in a particular order. Right, where shall I go next? Hey Tokyo Amelia, So I'm making jalapeno poppers, cream cheese poppers, and I'm making a nice chicken parmesan, a chicken parmesan hotshot. So thank you for joining me. So, and if anybody hasn't already, please give me a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get some of this. I've got jalapeno seeds everywhere, so I need to be a little bit careful. Right, so next, I guess I'll need a bowl, a nice bowl of some description. So I have some, I'm using the Philadelphia, and this one is light herb and garlic. So that's what I'm going to be stuffing inside of here. And I've already been eating some of this for my breakfast on the morning. So please excuse, let's be spatula that. Now I like this one because it is nice and soft. It's easy to work with. So that's that tub empty. But these are great as a starter, appetizer, anything like that. Take along to a party and people will be like, oh my goodness, they're wonderful. So you can be as creative as you want. You can put bacon pieces in here. So that's our cream cheese. I might not actually have enough here because I originally was going to do this with 2 full tubs. Now I'm just using an inexpensive mozzarella. So I'm just going to get a handful or so. Now I do have proper recipes here. So as I showed you, I do have proper recipes, but I can't, I don't know, if you watch Uncle Roger, use feeling. Use your feeling for it, okay? So we'll add some cheese into this. So you can use a cheddar, you can use a mozzarella, anything that's nice and stringy when it melts. A little bit more. You remember this one? Thanks, you little devil. Yep, cook with your heart. Let the feelings go in. That's where the love comes from, guys. Now, the cheese is combined. And like I say, I'm doing this by heart at the moment, so I want... Now, the reality is, if we're looking here, we will be having probably a half a teaspoon of paprika. But I'm just going to... We'll go by what we got. That's my paprika in there. And then we're going to get some onion powder and garlic powder. So garlic powder is quite salty, so I don't want to use too much. And my onion powder. We'll get some of that into there. And because I'm using the herby cream cheese from Philadelphia, that way I'm getting a little bit more flavour. But you can, if you want, you can add some chives into this. You can add some cilantro, coriander, whatever you want to call it. If you want to make it a little bit more Italian, by all means add something that's a little bit more Italian. So I'll put my cheese to one side for now. And we'll get a little bit cleaned up here. So let's keep it simple. This is as close as I'm getting to have a show. I'm not a professional chef. I'm actually a carpenter and a project manager. I just like to cook. So that's all I can say for that one. That's a little bit. So you want something that's a little bit flexible but not over the top. And then I'm just going to start filling these up. So kind of fill them so they're overfilled. So if you can imagine, there is that other half. So I have got a lot to do here, so just make sure it's pushed down inside. Now there is two ways to do this. It's up to yourself, but you can, if you want, when you're doing these, just chop all your peppers up. You don't use as many. Chop a bunch of peppers up, mix them in with this ingredient, add a little bit of flour so that it's nice and stiff, and then form it into like a golf ball size, and then roll that in breadcrumb, and then you can cook that, and you've kind of got like you've got the same thing, but it probably goes a little bit further. Well, I like messing around like this, and it keeps me busy. So if I haven't got enough filling here, I'll just do what I've got. And I'm not scared, as it were, to, when you get your jalapenos, if you've got too many left over when you're doing your filling, put them in a bag, throw them in the freezer. You can always, I buy lots of peppers when I see them on special offer, especially the little red bird's eye peppers, which are very expensive for some reason. And I throw them in the freezer. And then when I need peppers, I've got them. Now, this is a little bit tricky to do, to be honest. They're a little bit slippery. And some are bigger than others, so I don't know, it lets people do what they need to do. Yes, the jalapeno go well with so many different things. And obviously the cream cheese makes it a little bit milder when you're eating. But to be honest, I don't think the jalapeno are very hot anyway. Depends what you do with them. But I'm not going to recommend you just sit there and eat a bag full. I don't think that will do you any good. But we used to do this when we were kids, and we always have that day. Eat a jalapeno, eat a habanero, eat a Scotch bonnet. Have yourself a ghost pepper. And when the ghost peppers came on the scene, or the Carolina Reapers, they were the ones that were like, no, I'm not going to be stupid anymore. I'm not doing this. But I have seen friends of mine, hey devil, I remember everybody. But, actually, Tokyo Amelia, I'm just going to add you as a moderator. Anybody else, shoot me a line if you're still on, if you need to be added as a moderator because you want to interact with other people. You want to ask questions, go ahead. So we're kind of making the most of things at the moment in Canada. We're having, our temperature is around about 27 degrees. We're in September, and we know that means September means we're going to cool down very soon. So probably in a month from now or so, we're probably going to have our first snowfall where I live. Okay, they got a little mischief channel. That's fine. I'll check that one out. But it does sound familiar, to be honest. But no, like I say, I like it when, if you add people, if you add people, if you're blue, you have a jacket, and then you can interact with other people. So if they've got a channel, they've got something that you like to watch, then we all make friends. We can say hi, we can support one another a little bit, and that's what it's all about. Oh, that's a nice big one. As I say, some of these have still got some seeds left in, so there might be a bit of a surprise, extra little bit of heat in them. But you can as well, if you wish, you can add your jalapeno to this mixture if you really do like it hot. But at least this way you've got kind of something cool. Now, as they say, there's different ways of doing this as well. Now, as they are now, you can put some breadcrumb on the top and you can cook them in the oven. But these ones are going to be, I will be doing a kind of a deep fry. Because I want to do my chicken, I have to kind of keep everything the same. I don't want to complicate matters by getting too many things out. I'm going to have a big old dirty mess to clean up anyway at the end of all of this. I could do with a kitchen assistant. Well, sometimes, like I say, I've been off channel for a while. I've not been doing any lives, but like I say, it's I changed my name because somebody else had I've changed my name a couple of times now because I had a channel called Sawdust and Spices, which was going to be my restaurant name, and it didn't feel right because I was originally doing carpentry as well as doing the cooking, but I can't do the carpentry now. And so then I just changed to Mike's Home Kitchen, and I found out there was another guy called Mike's Home Kitchen, so there was getting some confusion there. So as I say, now I am the Hammered Chef, which is still it still gives me an identification as a carpenter. It still brings in my woodwork kind of vibes. So if I want to at any point and I get myself back into a workshop again, then I can always still add a few little bits. We've got a small one there, I'll just fill up. Right, that'll do. That'll do for now. We'll put that in there. Change my glove. So I'm just going to put these leftover chilies into a bag and I'll put them in the freezer for later. So it keeps your life more simple. Right, where to begin? Another glove. The only downside to wearing gloves and your hands kind of get a bit hot and sticky. Trying to get a second one on afterwards is a bit of a pain. Thank you, Tokyo. I love Asian food. So, there's a lot of my recipes on here. I do some Japanese stuff. I'll do like authentic basically, I'm trying to think of the names now. So I'll do like the Japanese pancake. where it's a big fluffy cloud pancake, or I'll do the big fluffy omelette where you roll her in half, or I'll do the sando, like the egg sandwiches, and made properly. I'll make my own Kewpie mayonnaise, use egg and everything. What else do I do there? I do the rolled omelette, and I've made my own sushi a couple of times. Not perfect, but I try and do a little bit of everything if I can. Right, so next, let's get some, we'll get some coating on this. Get some egg. Best way for me to do this so you can see everything nice and simple. So we'll get our eggs in there. Well, completely missed my bin. Give them a good mix up. Right, that should do nicely there. So we need to have a system that we can work and that we can see as we go. So first things first, we'll go into our flour, give it a coat, but give it a bit of a shake off, into our egg. Make sure you get plenty of egg coating on that one, and then we go into our breadcrumb and we'll put some over the top. And then we'll put that on our plate. So nice and simple. You eat chilies just raw. Apparently it's good for your system. Apparently it's good for the digestion. It's good for the heart and liver and things like that. So why not? I like when people give me phone calls while I'm in the kitchen. So, but anyway, we'll just keep working away. It's probably another one of them telephone calls to tell me that I've won the lottery and I'm going to be a millionaire. I keep getting them lately. I keep getting these calls saying, Michael, congratulations, you've won the lottery. Yeah, right. Some sort of scratch card or something. Sounds like a crock to me. So just a little word here on when we're cooking. When you're doing this, get your oven ready to warm on the low setting. And then that way, when we're cooking, we can kind of keep things warm as we go. Hey Griselda, yes, I'm trying my best. It's not brilliant, but I'm getting there. I feel a little bit uncomfortable now. It's been a while since I've been in the kitchen. I've made a few breakfast videos and things like that, but I just feel a little bit kind of out of sorts with this now, out of practice. But to be honest, I've got some wonderful supporters and I find it absolutely amazing. And it gives me strength to continue, to be honest. I've had a few people. One of the things that put me off before I had my operation, there were some people who were wanting to talk politics and things like that. And I talk food, I don't talk politics. And we could all have different opinions, but we all like food. So that's the way I view it. Thank you, Griselda. You saw ice? Mind you, the other morning we did have some very low. Oh, wrong way around. Oh well, never mind. We'll make the most of it. No, we did have some very low temperatures. We were at -2. I think about a week ago, which is not what I need to hear already. I just want to make the most of this heat right now. And the sad thing is, I've got another surgery on my knee, on my other knee. And while it's been in the summer, it's been fantastic. I can get out, I can walk, I can do some exercise. But I've done it again. But because of the way things are in the winter around here, it's just ice, ice, baby. So it's hey, if you like chili, you like chili. It's I mean, here's something a little bit weird for you. My mum, she liked to eat raw meat. She'd eat raw liver, raw sausages, raw steak. And I thought to me personally, I'm like, that is absolutely disgusting. But she was the fittest person I knew. She never had any problems. She lived a good long life. So, I mean, can't have done her any good, any ill rather. Sing me a song, Griselda. Hang on. Do we want to have a little bit of singing today? Bit of Bob Marley or a bit of UB40 or something? In Kingston town, the place I long to be. If I had everything, I would give it away. Just to see the girl of my dreams. Yeah, if I was the king, surely I would need a queen. I can't sing for too long. Because you get copyright. So I'm just going to call that enough for now. It's taking a long time. I'll just throw these extras on a plate and I can do them later. And some people don't breadcrumb either. They just do like straight away like this. But I want to get these out the way in the fridge. Right, my next job. Let's get some different gloves. Some bigger gloves here somewhere. So I'm going to prepare my chicken now. For my Chicken Parmo. If you want to find my channel, just type in the Hammered Chef. Hey Vasu, I didn't see you there in amongst everything else. I'll give you a jacket so you can interact. Right, so this is a slightly different ball game. We're working with raw chicken. Now that sounds a nice sharp knife. I'm still finding chili seeds everywhere. Dang. So you want a nice fresh chicken breast. Now there's two ways of working with these. If we look, so if you look inside of your chicken breast, you normally have a smaller version of the chicken breast, which is like a little mini fillet. So take that one out, get rid of that. We'll use that for something else later. And do the same with this one. So there's another one of them. So we'll just, like I say, that's for later. Now your chicken is quite fat. Don't worry about these bits, that's all flavour. No snow yet in crew. I would hope not. Where'd that bag go? Just dropped. So we'll just put these back in here. Now, so the way your chicken is formed for the outside big piece here is the outer side of the breast. This bit is down where the bone is, it's always thicker here. So we're just going to run through. Try and keep it nice if you can. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to do. And then we just want to split that so it's kind of even. And you can give it a smack with a hammer as well. So again, I'm just going to come in. We'll run that down. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. So when we turn that over, we're good to go. Now, quick rinse off. I can get adverts covered over. Hey Brian, right? I'm making a chicken parmesan and I'm making some jalapeno cream cheese poppers. So we're going to get on with that in a minute. I'm just doing my chicken parmo bit now. I need some fresh breadcrumb. Now we'll just top that off. So, right, when you do this, please don't kind of reuse your breadcrumb. Once you've used it, the breadcrumb, the flour, the egg, anything like that, once you've finished, throw it away. Because you're just going to give yourself trouble later on down the line. You'll end up poisoning yourself, giving yourself food poisoning or something. So I'll get myself an extra egg. Let's have another little stir up there. That's me. And so the flour I'm using as well, I forgot to mention, I've got white pepper and salt in here as a flavouring to help it season, as it were. So let's have a look here. So I want to go flour, then I want to go egg, then I want to go breadcrumb. I'll best get myself another plate ready so I can lay these out. Nice. One will do. And we'll just put them to one side once they're in. So once you've split down, can't say I've missed anything. You're a potterhead. You can try. Thank you, Griselda, you're my number one. And Griselda, if you notice, she has a star on hers. That's because she's a member of my channel. So thank you very much for that, Griselda. So now what I'm going to do, actually, one more little thing I will do. We get our hammer out. And what shall I use? A little bit of saran wrap. So, you can use a Ziploc bag, anything like that, whatever you want, whatever you got. And I'm just going to use the flat end, and I just want to kind of even these out a little bit. And that should be good enough. Black pepper. Yeah, I'm keeping track of my steps today. I'm up to 4,800 and something there. I'm putting salt on, but not too much. I like to keep a track. I said, so before my surgery, I lost a load of weight, but because I wasn't able to keep my exercises going, I gained some afterwards. So that kind of spoiled things for me. So salt and pepper straight away. So first things first. Now can we see all of this? I think so. Move that back a little bit. So again, we take our chicken, lay it down in our flour, make sure it gets a good coating all the way around. If you don't put the flour on, the egg doesn't stick, and if the egg doesn't stick, then shake off the excess. We go into our egg. Again, make sure it's covered, get rid of the excess, lay it down in our breadcrumb. If you have a bigger bowl, you can throw egg crumb on top. If not, just pat it down into it. I say, just make sure we get a nice coverage. Take that out and lay it on our plate ready. And then we do the same again. If you want, you can cut these in half. If you want to do a smaller portion. Hey Rudy, hey Brad. I'm doing chicken parmo, northeast England style. Not to be confused with chicken parmesan, what we get in North America and Canada. I don't do the bechamel, I don't do the, what do you call it, the marinara sauce. So we have this bit, get that in there, get our egg coating, and then we're straight back into our breadcrumb. So if we need to, we've got anything missing, make sure we get a good coating of our breadcrumb. And then we just leave that to one side. It's time to start cooking. I need to, I'll just wash. I'll wipe them down so I can keep the gloves on. It starts to get a bit expensive when you change your gloves every 5 minutes. So I'll keep all of this to one side because I will be making more later. So let's get my little stove out. Now these things are fantastic, but do not use them for too long in the house. They do give off fumes. I think I should be okay there. If not, I will get another one ready just in case. I'll have one ready, you never know. So use a reasonably deep pan. If you want, you can use a deep fat fryer for this. And I do have a tray ready, which things will be going on to. Need some oil. So I just use a nice clean oil. So you're making chicken look like a fish. That's different. So get a little bit of heat on the go. Now I'm not going to overdo the oil, but we want a good, maybe it's a good 3/4 to an inch. I'm not a big fan of cooking. I don't like deep frying anymore. And I don't think you can see on the camera there, but on the top up here, on top of my cabinet, I do have a proper electric deep fat fryer, but yeah, I don't really want to use that. It smells and horrible. Yeah, what can I say? Thank you, Brad. Yep, I'm definitely trying to. I've been off channel for a while, and it's not easy. We all have a life. We all have a life, and sometimes things go wrong. And if you didn't know, I had a total knee replacement 9 weeks ago, and I'm just trying to get back on my feet now. I had to have a second surgery, so that kind of put me back a couple of weeks. So hopefully everything should be good now. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping. Smudge my glasses. Now we'll just let this oil warm up a little bit. So I did have a little thing there. So some people will tell you basically you cook in here, you go straight in with your sauce and all the rest of it. I don't do that. I'm showing you a slightly different way. But I want to see if my oil is getting any temperature to it yet. When my oil is about 70, I'll wait till it gets about 80 or so. Yep. Well, one of the things I wanted to do there, Brad, was I would love to do is start a men's health, like physical and mental group. Because to be honest, if you look around, everything is all. If a woman's having problems in the marriage, in a relationship, in the home, with a family, anything like that, there's a lot of support groups for that. But there doesn't seem to be many support groups for men. And I would like to do that. I'd love to open a workshop in my local area where people can come. I'll teach them how to do drywall, I'll teach them how to work with wood, I'll teach them how to do cabinet making, anything like that, which is what I'm qualified to do. But I used to teach as well, so I can teach properly and give people a qualification in doing things. But at the same time, we can have sit downs, we can have a talk, my life sucks, whatever, just to get things off your chest. So I'm going through something, my wife wants a divorce, my whatever. I've been through these groups with people before, and there's nothing out there for men. There really isn't anything out there for men whatsoever. And it's quite depressing, to be honest. Right, so we're going to put these in our oil. Just do one at a time. Just nice and slow. I don't want it too hot, and we will fold that away from us now. Maybe it's not quite hot enough yet, but it's coming up, yeah. But like I say, it'd be great if I could start some sort of a support group for men. I would love to be able to do that. So we're just going to let that slowly cook up. Once it gets a little bit of colour, we take it off and we're going to put it on our sheet. Hey Nia, I haven't seen you for a long, long time. I hope you're well, my friend. I've kind of been missing and you've been missing too. I seen a message the other day. I'm very, very sorry for your loss. Yep, that's it, Brad. Like I say, I've had some difficult times. I had a couple of divorces, and some things are just too many to go through. And obviously, you get let down by the people who are supposed to support you the most. What do you do? Who do you turn to? When it's your family that's letting you down, when it's your family that's pushing you around and pushing you away, like really, who do you turn to? So having a group like that, and like you say, paying it forward is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I think that's coming on nicely now. I can turn that down a little bit now. Yep, I mean, blessings on everybody at the moment who is watching. I'll say we've had some sad news over the last few days, and I don't want to get into the politics of it all, but there's been some sad news going around and of what's happened, and hopefully everybody can appreciate that we don't do things like this. So for those that don't know, I'm making a chicken parmesan hotshot, if you can see that one, and I'm making jalapeno poppers. So you can have a look at that one. So these little cards that I do now, if you're a member of my channel, I want to make it so you can download them. So I'm just going to try turning this one now a little bit. That's beautiful. While that's cooking away, I'm just going to peel a couple of potatoes because I'm going to do what we would call chips in the UK, French fries, whatever you want to call them. Down a touch. Now I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody is well. You know, I'm going to change my camera angle a little bit so you kind of look down a bit more on the table. You don't really need to see me. So if we do it more like this, you can see more what's in there. Oh, if my camera doesn't fall over on me. That should do. That's better. So I just want a nice golden brown. Then I put it in the oven. So any cooking that needs to complete, to be homemade chips as well. There's two ways to do chips, Brad. You cook them so far first. Let them get on a low heat, and then you turn that heat up, and then you get them nice and crisp. So this chicken is looking good so far. Hey Rachel, thank you. Please remember, so you know, I'm making a chicken parmo hotshot, and I'm making some jalapeno poppers, so we know what's what. But please give me a like, subscribe if you can. Right, that one's looking good now. Get as much of that oil off there as possible onto our tray. and into our preheated oven, because we don't want to mess around. And as I said earlier, please remember, when you add your chicken, fold it away. Beautiful. Story time is amazing. If you do it right, you can do a proper story time. Now, I had a friend, her husband made up a story for their kids, and it was about Tim Hortons. But basically it was called Timothy and the Hortonians, and he used to make up all sorts of stories. With my son, when he was a kid, I used to have Billy Bear. Now, Billy Bear used to go on all of these amazing adventures. So, thank you, Nair. So, if anybody's got their own channel, let me know, and I can come and subscribe to your channel too, and we'll have a look. Just while we're doing this, let's have a look. So, unfortunately, a lot of people who do have channels, what they tend to do is they'll have a second channel that doesn't have anything. And they say they have a second channel that doesn't have anything. And then they kind of look at other people's channels while their channel is running, I think. So, which is nice, you can interact with people. But when you want to have a look, now there's Little Devil. I'll subscribe to you there, Little Devil. I'm subscriber number 68. Oh, subscriber number 4, sorry. Well, you'll get there eventually. Well, I said just make some stories. Just keep making the stories. I'll flip that one over. Oh, that's a beautiful colour. Right, just quickly chop up some chips. Now, there is a couple of ways of doing chips. I watched the one before and I tried it and it does work. If you boil them first. Let's have a look. That's how I'm just kind of cutting these off camera now, so. I don't want many. But I know my legs are starting to get sore right about now, so I need to. Right, that's that chicken done. Now, there's something not to do. Don't leave your tongs anywhere near the oil and the hot pan, because they're damn well hot right now. So we'll throw that one in there too. And we're going to go in with some French fries now. Now, you want to make sure that they're not too wet, otherwise you can have a splashback. So don't just kind of throw them all in. Just do a few at a time. And I get impatient when I'm doing this and I just want to throw them in. Normally I do my chips in a deeper pan. I will deep fry them with a basket and everything, but I'm just trying to minimalise how much I've got to cook today, or how much I've got to clean. Well, it's not easy, Brad. Doing YouTube isn't easy, I will admit. It takes a lot of effort. It depends what you do. It depends what you want to do. What sort of things you would like to do there, Brad? I mean, doing cooking like this, it's time consuming. When I've done the woodwork, that was time consuming. And to be honest, if I tell other people, if you're trying to do this because you want to make some money and you want to be the next big thing, forget that idea. Because in like the 2.5 years of me doing this, I think I've made $70. I made 70 Canadian dollars up to now. Oh, sorry, no, I haven't. I think I made 140. So you make your first $100, you get that through, and it's like, yay, I'm going to be rich and famous. And then it takes you another 8 to 9 months to make another $100. So with all the expense that you put in, doing the cooking and all the materials and things like that, if you're making things, so do it for the love of doing it. Do it because you like to cook and you like to share your ideas. End of story. You want to share your ideas? Share your ideas. But like I say, I've got my pan on a medium heat here, and I'm just letting them chips cook through till they start to get golden. But like I say, you can pre-boil them first so they're already soft and cooked straight. Make sure they've got a lot of the water off, and then throw them in the pan. Well, don't throw them, place them in the pan in the hot oil until they get a nice golden brown. So this is my one-step version. Sometimes I will take them out, bring the heat up again. If I'm using the proper deep fat fryer, bring your heat up higher and then put them back in. But this time I'm just going to let them cook and be gentle about it, because you want that potato to cook, and it wants to be light and fluffy inside, and it's about using the right potatoes. Yukon Gold are really good for this. That's what we have over here in Canada. But don't cook them too much. What I will do, this plate I have here, I will clean that off. I'm not going to use it to eat with, but I will put some kitchen paper on there. One of the important things is to drain, when you're doing chips off anything fried, you need to drain it off a little bit. We don't want to swim it in grease. So when I come to take these out, you've got a place prepared to do that. A wire rack is good if you do have the wire rack. But we still have to make a bechamel sauce yet. So I'm just getting things ready that can go in the oven, and then whilst I'm making my bechamel sauce, then we're good to go. I mean, they're looking pretty decent now already. Lovely jubbly. Oh, I must remember to drink water. Yep. I mean, all I can say, Brad, is give yourself goals. I used to tell my students this. Basically, they're trying to get a qualification to be a carpenter. Now, that is a 3-year qualification in the UK to do it properly. So I'm like, look, it's 3 years, but don't worry about the 3 years. So you do it in 1 year increments. But that 1 year is only 35 weeks. So then break that down into your weeks. So I've got a unit, a unit, a unit, a unit. Just concentrate on that, not on what you're trying to do. So just do small bites and just take a little bit and a small step at a time. Oh, that's better. I say the small steps. That's the only way I can explain it, really, to be honest. Well, them chips are looking pretty decent right now. Yep, absolutely. I mean, when I think the amount of times I have reinvented myself over the years, Brad. Oh, missed one. Shall I use just the other tongues? That I've had to reinvent myself over the years. And it doesn't always go to plan the way you want to do things, unfortunately. But you just have to pick yourself up and keep moving. If you don't, the people who don't want you to succeed win. So here's our poppers. We'll just be gentle with these. Again, we're going to drop these in our oil. Just be very careful. Have to do a few at a time, what we can get. The chips are cooling down nice, so I'm actually just going to drop them straight into the oven to keep warm. Ooh. Yep, it's one of them things, you see somebody cooking, it's like, yeah, I want that. I need that right now. I swear, I'm pretty sure I watch cookery programs, or I used to, when I was younger. I'm pretty sure I used to put weight on while I was watching TV. Sounds crazy, but I'm pretty sure that was right. You retracted a message there, Devil? I think, Devil, I think you really like Harry Potter and stuff like that. Just give these a little turn over. Best we can. We don't want that cheese all running out everywhere, but we do want to try and get cooked evenly. What I should have done is I should have used a finer breadcrumb. I know that now. This one wasn't as fine as I wanted, to be honest. Yep. And you got that completely right there though, Brad. Just take it short, day by day, short term. And I mean, I've spoke with a few guys over the last short while there that there's a lot of people having a hard, difficult time, and I know employment isn't good. They say relationships are not good. Even just friendships, some people are so lonely. I mean, I'm here in northern Canada. All my friends and family are still in the UK. I talk to them occasionally, but everybody's busy, everybody's got a life. So I think in some respects, me doing this helped me from being kind of a little bit on the lonely side. Take this out of there. Let them drain off a little bit. You have to be careful because they are quite soft. So we need to take them out, and then we want to let them drain off some of that oil, and then we can get them in the oven. I mean, to be honest, I was doing this and I wasn't too bothered about things, and I had some good friends, another YouTuber guy called Purely Sound, that was on earlier, and a lady called Griselda Life and Adventure. And then there was a lady from Cambodia called Senna, and they were my absolute rock stars. They supported me what I'd done, I supported them, and we kind of helped each other get our monetization. And it was a wonderful thing having this sort of help. Yeah, I've been watching the news and things, and like see what's going on in TikTok and stuff like that. But in Canada, if you're in the bigger cities, it's a bit of a shit show. Pardon my French. But there's a lot going on. We have had a lot of problems with immigrating or over immigration, and I'm saying that as an immigrant. I've been here for 15 years now. I'm an immigrant. And I came here and I developed the Canadian value, let's say. I didn't want to bring my troubles with me and things like that. But I don't know, there's just too much immigration coming in, and a lot of people have different views and things like that. So, I mean, Canada's built on immigration. It's a good place to work, especially if you're in Alberta, Brad. If you can get to Alberta, if you have a degree or a trade qualification, then you can get into Canada relatively easy. So it's worth looking into. But it depends if you have a family and things like that. So I'm just going to transfer these into the oven to keep warm. Hopefully they won't fall apart on me. That's looking good. I'd say we all have our problems. I know now at the moment Canada is, the way things are going, I'm hiding. They're saying we're at about 7% nationally of unemployment. That's the highest we've ever been in many, many years. Thank you, Little Devil. Oh, I would have called you Little Devil instead of I Devil. I'm losing some of my breadcrumb here, oh no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll still be tasty. Oh, we're almost done here apart from my bechamel sauce. So, right. Yep, almost there, guys. I have to do the dance. Yes, I'll need some flour. Yeah, yes, I need some milk too. I think these should be somewhere close. Oh, beautiful. I'd like to know if anybody has any topics that they want to discuss. Shout away. Uh-oh. Oh, lost my first one there. All the cheese came out. Look, luckily that's the last one. Let's turn that off. So I've got one with no filling left. And I don't even know where the filling went to. No filling anywhere that I can see. I'll get that out of the way. Now, bechamel sauce, extremely simple. Depends how you want to do it. Now, it should have nutmeg, but I don't have any nutmeg, so it's kind of a bit of a pain in the ass, let's say. So, I mean, my little thing I've written down is 30 grams of flour, 300 millilitres of milk, a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, salt and pepper. Now, like I say, I don't have nutmeg. And there's one more thing I do like to do sometimes. Don't need much. I can find it. I usually add a little bit of butter. But the proper recipe does not call for butter for the Teesside version. So if people didn't know, this recipe was invented in a city in northeast of England called Middlesbrough. Now I grew up in Newcastle. When I was born in Newcastle, I grew up in a little town called Hartlepool. Not much there, bit of shipbuilding, build oil rigs. They make steel pipes, that type of thing. The football team didn't amount to much. What can I tell you? Shall use a knife. There's my small knife gone. That was it. So I'm just going to throw a bit of butter in there and let that melt. Like I say, I'm going back to feelings again. But you don't want this to you don't want this too hot. Take it easy. So once your butter's melted away, we need to kind of step this in. So I'm just going to throw in, a couple of big spoons of flour, and then I can add milk accordingly. So I kind of get that mixed in with my butter already. And then I'll start getting milk in. Now I use lactose-free milk, which isn't ideal, but it is what I've got. Just a little bit at a time. So we get that thick paste again. Yep. Kev, I'm making a northeast chicken parmo. It's going to be a hot shot, and I've been making some jalapeno poppers, which I need to put them into the oven now, to be honest, so they stay warm. Now, big cloth gun. Let's get these into here. Ouchie. Quite hot. Getting a bit busy around here. So, definitely more milk now. I was kind of put off my pace there. I might have to start this again. You have to be quick. A little bit too much flour in there, I think, to be honest. Cheers, Kev. If you can, leave me a like. Let me know where you're from. What sort of stuff you like to cook. See, over in North America, the chicken, they don't call it a chicken parmo, they call it a chicken parmesan. And they use a marinara sauce with it too. Which I don't like that idea. I like this idea. So we need to just, I need to work at this one now. I stepped away for that little bit of time and now I've got a lumpy mess. So I need to work at that. I'm trying there, Kev. I'm trying to keep up the good spirits for sure. Hello, Little Eye Devil now. You change your name? This is annoying now. It's going to whisk out. I'm annoyed with myself now. I should just step away. One thing at a time. I honestly think I might be easy just starting this one again. So I have a little pinch, garlic powder, onion powder, just a little bit. Hopefully we can get this smooth. If not, I might have to put it through a sieve or something. Yep, little Eye Devil, why not? Yeah, a nice lamb and beef curry. I like a beef curry. I like chicken seafood as well. Lamb, we don't get too much lamb over in northern Canada. It's very expensive over here. I'm really annoyed with this sauce now. I'm not happy with that. Not happy with that at all. I'm just going to add another spoon of flour here. I have to get the jiggly bits moving. Get the man moves moving. Hey Griselda! That's coming together nicely now, that's a little bit better. There is another thing that I do that is not normal. I don't normally do it because it's more expensive to do it this way. But I just like to throw in about half a cup of cheese to the mix. Let that melt through. Lots of black pepper. If you're not a fan of black pepper, by all means use white pepper. And a good few twists of salt in there. But putting the cheese in gives you a nice sticky sauce. Look at that now, beautiful. We just want to get that the right consistency now so it runs. So this is the bechamel sauce now, but I'm making it more of a cheesy bechamel. This goes on top of our chicken. But we need to try and get it smooth as possible. Maybe an electric whisk might help. But I did make a mistake on this one and I should have just been concentrating on my sauce. Still a little bit more milk on there. Whew. Getting warm in here. Right, that's enough flour in there. Let's get rid of this before I end up knocking it off. That's looking better. Let's have a little. Yep. Just let that cook out a little bit. Get rid of the floury flavour. Get rid of that. And we'll go back in with my spatula just so we're getting everything out of the bottom. Fold that around. Right, I'll turn that off for a moment. It's time for the magic now, guys. Start putting things together. Well, first things first, little tip. If like some people have a problem opening jars, so here's a little tip for you. Get a spoon, you go right under that little edge, right in there, and lift. And you hear that just let the air out, and then it's easy to open. Nice and simple. So there's a little trick for you. Right, what do I need now? So we're going to get ourselves a baking tray. Want some greaseproof paper, parchment paper, anything like that. There's some greaseproof paper there. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. Where'd my cloth go? Where'd my tongs go? I'm losing the plot, guys. Ah, where did my tongs go? Oh, there they are, they're in the pan. So, we get our chicken. Lay that onto our tray. Bechamel sauce, nice and thick. We'll put some of that over the top. You can help it around a little bit, but let's put that out the way. Now we're going to get our Now these are with pickled jalapeno. Put as many or as few as you like. And that's looking like a good amount there. Now you've got a choice. You can either put these, you can put your chilies on first and then your bechamel on top. Or do it the way I'm doing now. And that's plenty. There's going to be a lot of heat in there. Then we get our cheese. Now you can use cheddar cheese, mozzarella, anything you want really. It's normally it's cheddar cheese. Let me get that on there. Normally you'll use the bright orange cheddar cheese stuff, but to be honest, yeah, I've only got a little bit left. We'll just throw that in there so it gets a nice cheesy crunchy bit. Now this tray that I've got in here now, I'm going to throw down to the bottom and we'll switch it over to our broiler. So we're going to grill. So this goes down to the bottom, out of the way, and this one we will put under our broiler. Actually, I'm going to lift that up a little bit. Go in there for a little bit and get yourself a nice plate. I've got these nice plates here. These are from the stoneware from Yellowstone TV show, so it'll be nice for plating up later. Here's my little stove. Oh, it's a little bit of clean up. Have to go a little bit crazy around here. So I've got my salad here. Just mix that around a bit. We'll just throw a little bit of that on our plate. With a wedge of lemon. Getting the violin, nice. Well, that could be a channel for yourself. Just show people how you learn to play. Did I have my other chilies? Where did I put them? I know I've got some in the other storeroom. Melting away nicely there. So whenever you go to a takeaway in the UK, they'll give you a size salad and they give you these peppers, these pickled peppers, which pepperoncini, if I'm saying that right. But again, I'll show you that little tip, how to open, and you hear it, and this time it's not popping. So but that one's loose anyway. But they always throw, no, I can never get these things off. They always put to keep the peppers below so they don't go rotten, they put a little thing in there. It always takes forever to get it off. But if you want extra, they always give you two, and if you want extra, they cost a fortune, these things. So I have a few nice hot peppers on the side. You've got your tomato, your slice of lemon. And that is melting away beautifully under there. Oh yeah, baby. Stories? I think something you have to do, it's not a story as such, you have to let people know who you are, where you're from, what you're all about. So I say, I'm a father, I'm a maker of many things, I'm a chef, a carpenter. I'm English, but I live in Canada. I've travelled all around the world. We're working. So you can't just give people a little bit of who you are. That's the best way I can explain it. But, let's see how hot these are. Not bad, not bad. Oh no, they've got an aftertaste that's coming now. A salad in a jar of vinegar. Interesting idea. Oh, there we go, we're done. That's it, guys, we are done. Let's just plate one of these up. So this is what we're looking for. Lots of melty cheese. So normally what they'll do is they'll put this in a pizza box. They put your French fries in, put this on the salad, then put this on top. There's the French fries now. Or chips. This is an English thing, so these are chips, okay? Ow. So that's that one done. And because I've made them, I will get a couple of poppers out of there too. And we'll have a couple of these nice cheesy poppers on there. They are a little bit sour, like say it's vinegar. So there's our meal. That is a big meal. That's enough for 2 people as far as I'm concerned. So, but that looks absolutely amazing so far. So let's have a little cut in there and see how we're done. Have a knife and fork. Let's have a little bit of, I don't know where to start here. So with your salad, we can have a little bit of that lemon juice over. Put that to one side. The chips aren't crispy because I left them in there, unfortunately. Now my chicken, beauty. Oh wow. I want to get one of these peppers out of here. That is amazing. And then one of these poppers. Cut one of these in half so we can have a look. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic in there. Cooked right the way through, nice. Oh, hot. Oh yeah, that's hot. It's spicy. But so very, very. A bit of salad with that just helps like clean your mouth, clean the palate out a bit. Right guys, let me know what you think here. I mean, this was looking and tasting absolutely fantastic. So this is a chicken parmo, not chicken parmesan, from northeast UK. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Well, I was saying this might be enough for 2, but I just want to eat it all. So we've got our jalapeno, pickled jalapeno, chicken breast, breadcrumb, a nice cheesy bechamel sauce. It is amazing. And some French fries or chips. Well, guys, I think that is me going to have to say thank you for watching, because I'm looking at all the dishes over here and I've got to clean up. I need a helper. Anybody want to come around and clean up for me? Thank you, Yellow. Yep. Let's have a look, Yellow. Damn it. Press the wrong one. Do you have a channel of your own, Yellow? That's unfortunate. Nothing on to see. But I can make you a moderator so you can interact with other people. You're just a lurker. What things do you like to lurk? Oh. See, this is a taste. For me, this is a taste of being a teenager or early 20s and going out and getting steaming drunk and eating food that you know is not good for you, but it's good, okay. How much does it cost for a pirate to get his ears pierced? Oh, hang on. Come on then. A buccaneer, yep. Ah, dang it, I should have known that one. But, what was our other one about? Oh yeah, you can buy deer testicles. Yeah, you can get 2 for under $1. You just reminded me of that one. Well, this is so tasty. I think that's about all I want to eat right now. I'm scared. Thank you, little devil. Well, if you follow along, Wolfie, you can definitely have the same dinner. Whew, I want to eat it all, but I also want to try and get rid of some of this. But this is an amazing lunch. Well, I'm getting a lot of adverts on here. Hey, Sally. How is Sally today? I'm just adding a few people as moderators, so you get a blue jacket. I would like, you know, one of the things I would love to do, if I ever made it big time and I had lots and lots of money, I would say, right then, I'm going to open a restaurant, and then my top 100 subscribers, I'm going to fly us all in, and you can eat as much as you want and do what you want. I'd be crazy like that, just so people can actually enjoy the food that they see. Unfortunately, I don't speak French, but so you do dancing and music there, Sally? I see a young lady, I'm not watching them, but it looks like in dance moves. And there's a young man in there as well with headphones on, so maybe a little bit of music going on there. My favourite dish to cook all the time. There's so many to choose from, to be honest. Well, that's good. But probably things like a nice fish and chips done properly, or I like a nice Irish stew. They're like my comfort foods. And then failing that, I like to make fresh bread. Nice fresh bread that's still warm. Okay. Obviously, we all aim to our own market, the stuff that we like there, Wolfie. So when the blue jacket means you got blue lettering, your name is now in blue. So that actually means you're capable to check up anybody else that's online now. You can click on their name and have a look and see if they've got a channel, and then you can subscribe to them and you can all be friends. It kind of makes it a bit more pleasurable. I'll eat a little bit of chicken popper. A bit of the cheesy poppers are really, really nice. I thought they were going to be a little bit more harsh, but it depends on the jalapeno. And this one isn't very hot at all. I've got Irish background. So my grandparents were, one side was Irish, one side was Scottish. And then I grew up in England, so kind of stuck in the middle there. So I've got them all in there, and my mum had a bit of Welsh in there, as I understand it. So pretty much I'm a mix of everything that's in the UK. Yep, make your videos funny. That's all it's about. Just have a good bit of fun. And I do like these little peppers. But they are insanely hot sometimes. But if that's the case, just eat a bit of tomato, a bit of lettuce, and that makes that go away. What time is it? Almost 3 o'clock. Well, I must have been on for almost 2 hours now. So originally I'm a Geordie. I'm what you would call a Geordie. I'm from the northeast of England, from Newcastle. But I live in Canada now. I'm in northern Alberta. And today we are... What's our weather today? Yeah, we're 25 degrees at the moment. Oh, sorry, no, we're not. We're 25, feels like 29. But as this week goes on, it starts drop. And overnight, it's starting to get down near zero already. So probably another 4 or 5 weeks, we're probably going to have snow where I'm at. So because we're such a high altitude, not far away from the Rocky Mountains. So cooking is good. And as I said earlier, because of my knee surgery, I can't get out much. But now I'm getting more and more mobile. I can actually get up and move. I want to get this weight back off again. Obviously, making food like this won't help, but I want to get this weight back off. So that would be a good thing. But I think, guys, I'm going to have to call it a day there. Get cleaned up and then rest my legs. Otherwise, I'll be complaining later. And it's been a pleasure, absolute pleasure talking with you all. And the little messages and things that you send me, I do appreciate it. I feel blessed when people take the time to just give a little bit of themselves to me and take time out of their own life just for me. And I feel humbled by that. And thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and give me a like. Leave me a comment on one of my other videos, and then I can find you and get back to you. Because as it is now, it's very difficult to do so, trying to find things. So thank you very much. Blessings on you all, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what your views are about life. Here, it's all about the food, okay? And I'm doing a wonderful collection. So, remember, thumbs up, smash the like button, and give me a lot of love. I love you all, guys. Mike out for now, okay? Take care.